Good morning, welcome back to the channel. It's Tatiana, Meat-Based Tati, and I'm so glad that you're here. Today I'm going to be taking you along with me through what I eat in the day, showing you everything I eat, maybe a little bit extra along the way, and then I'm going to start with breakfast. We're going to make some egg muffins. I have a good variety today. I have 2 different types of cheeses. I have some sausage that I get from Costco, and then I have 5 eggs, and we are going to put it all together. I have some ground beef sauteing on the cast iron on the stovetop right now, and so I'll throw that in the egg muffins as well. Just kind of mix it all together, bake it. It's going to be a super easy and quick breakfast, which I love, and I love to switch it up with this meal. So the key with this meal is to not let the egg muffins dry out and overcook, so you pull them right before they are done. I promise, it's the best tip you'll ever hear about an egg muffin. Anyway, let's get cooking. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I am Tatiana, like I was saying. I eat a mostly carnivore diet. I've eaten this way for 5.5, almost 6 years. I've done strict carnivore. I've done more of like a meat-based. I've done like animal-based sometimes. I've done anything in the realm of like a meat-based diet. I've done it and thrive on it. I thrive mostly on a mostly carnivore diet, so that's where I love to stick. And there was a fun announcement a couple videos back, so go ahead and check it out. I'm expecting, so I might switch up a little bit of things, and that is totally fine. Everyone's journey is different, but I might switch up a little bit of my meals, so you'll see. I maybe will include some sort of ferments or a little extra dairy than I would normally if I'm just trying to stay lean or whatever it may be, because we are carrying, we're growing humans, so that is so fun. And so I'll show you along the way just the things that I kind of eat now and how it looks. It's super similar, but there might be a little bit of changes. So my ground beef is getting nice and fried. Let's get that off. Beautiful. I'm gonna leave it a little bit undercooked because some of it is red still, or pink. And that's gonna be perfect because it's gonna go into our muffin tins and they will cook obviously in the oven. I'm going to cut some of this cheese and I'm gonna leave it a bit thicker because I like those gooey cheesy bites in my egg muffins. And so I'll just cut them like about here and then divide them in half again. Sorry, my hand is probably covering the camera, but I'm not a lefty. And I just set myself up for failure. But I'll do that and then I'll cut the other cheese up and see how much I need. This is such a good cheese. It's the Kerrygold Dubliner. Oh my gosh, I'm totally messing up this package. Dubliner 100% natural cheese. It is a very, very nice cheese. It's very bold. It has that aged flavor. Super tasty. Love it. I love it cold especially. That's like my favorite way to have this cheese, like a cold. This is like a cold snacking cheese and it's delicious. So good. And so we'll just, like I said, leave them in bigger chunks because we want that bold flavor in that bite. And then this one is a sharp cheddar. It's the Tillamook sharp cheddar, which also is another bold cheese. I've been loving the bold cheeses lately, if you can't pick up on that. And so that looks like that'll do for me. And then I'm going to be using 5 eggs today. And then I have this ground beef and some of that beef sausage that I will put in there. And then obviously I'll salt it. I'll probably whip it with some half and half, but let's get into that. We're going to crack up our eggs. A very important thing I always mention, but if you're new here, I'll say it again. It is so important to mix these eggs, to whisk these eggs properly. I don't want to see any type of whites not combined in my egg yolks. I don't want to see just egg yolks swimming in whites. That's just not what we are going for today. And we don't want any eggshells in there either, for starters. Some half and half going in. If you have a good quality cream, you can put that in there instead. I just love drinking my cream like straight up or in like a mixed. I'll do a little more since it's an egg muffin. I like drinking my cream in a fun little drink. Maybe I'll have a drink today, I'm not sure. Or maybe I'll make some ice cream. Stay tuned for a carnivore ice cream that I will make. You're going to just whisk this up with a good old fork. I don't particularly like whisking my eggs with an actual whisk because I feel like it doesn't combine as well as this sharper like fork. So I'm old-fashioned in that way, I suppose. Just give me a fork and I'll get it done. I want to show you how combined I like it. Let's see if I can bring the light in here for you. So I like it to be nice and combined. You can tell it's kind of gotten frothed because I've hand mixed it so well. That's what we're going for today. Now the key is to butter your muffin tins, bottom and the sides. Make sure they all get some extra love in there, making sure that we get some fat on the sides. Really get it everywhere because it's just so much easier to pop out the eggs. And honestly, if you put like a cream or another fat component into it, yes, there's yolk, and yes, yolk has fat, but eggs can be kind of sticky sometimes. And so if you add like heavy cream or a good quality heavy cream or half and half, that also aids in helping it to get out nice and smoothly. And so you just want to make sure it's all in those corners because I don't want my eggs to stick. I hate wasting food and hate the food going on the walls and just burning or just getting crusty. I don't like it. It's hard to clean up, so let's just be prepared. So let's go ahead and do our toppings. Well, filling, I guess I should say. So just ground beef, kind of everywhere. Oh, guys, I'm actually really hungry now, so this is perfect timing. I spent my morning, I got up super early today. I got up at like 5 a.m. and it was just like, oh, I'm ready to get up. I tried to go back to bed and I was like, okay, it's 5:13, I'm getting up. So I got up, I did a heaping amount of dishes, got my kitchen all ready, cleaned up, and then I did a couple of things with my cast iron that I'll show you a little peek at in a little bit. I got a new Goodwill find for one of my cast irons, so I've added yet again another piece of, another item to our cast iron collection. It is super nice, so I'll show you, and then I'll show you the process of me seasoning it just briefly. And then we got to add some cheese everywhere. Just throwing it in there. Make sure at least everyone has one of these. And then these guys, put a couple, and then once I put the egg mixture, I'll throw in another couple in each of them. Beautiful. I think I might have to make 2 batches with this amount of eggs that I made. I think I need to get myself a larger muffin tin because I always find myself having this issue where I fill it up with my yummy looking toppings and then it looks like there's not enough room for all of my egg mixture to go on top. It's alright. I'll put my other baking sheet underneath it in case there's any spillover, just to be safe, but I want to try to eat as much of it as possible because these are good eggs. I want to eat them. Ooh. It's been a while since I've done some muffin tins, some egg muffins, so this will be fun. This will be a fun switch up, so I'm excited. I think we are perfect. Oh my gosh. Wow. Guess I didn't mess it up too much. Just looked like such a heaping amount of egg. And so then I will just go ahead and top some cheese in there. Make sure it's nice and cheesy for me. Beautiful. Now that is the look we're going for. Let's toss this in the oven at 350 for about 15 minutes. What do we think? Do we think we need a baking sheet underneath? I think we'll go without it. Beautiful. And we will cook this at 350 like I said, and I'll change the timer so I can make sure I don't forget it. 15 minutes, and then I will just check on it, make sure it's not cooking too quickly, because I normally cook it in my big oven, But today I was like, I'll try the little tabletop convection oven, just to see how we do, because it's convenient and it's something that maybe if you have at a vacation rental or something like that, you can try cooking in a conventional oven instead of your big oven that maybe not your little bed and breakfast doesn't have. So I don't know, just thought I'd throw it in there. I love making like fun things, like normal breakfast meals, but in a different way. And so that's nice, whether that's like the air fryer or that's pressure cooker or slow cooker. You know, the ones we always just gravitate towards are like stovetop and oven. I feel like there's a lot of people who do air fryer, but just kind of mixing it up, showing different things is pretty fun. So let's wait for our breakfast to be done. I didn't add salt, so we're just going to add salt right on top, because one thing about me is I do not like unsalted eggs. They gotta be nice and salty for me. So, bam, back in the oven they go. Don't mind the dishes I just made, but I am going to be working on re-seasoning this pan, this griddle. It's a large cast iron that I got from Goodwill for a really good price. And so I am going to be seasoning that while I wait for my egg muffins. Oh, I mean scrubbing the life out of this thing. We are trying to get rid of the top coating so I can then season it. Also, my big pan needs some good loving, so we're going to try and bake this later, get my seasoning going along with that big one back there, and then my go-to egg pan needs a re-seasoning. All right, the egg muffins are done. Let's go ahead and pull them out. This is what we're talking about. Beautiful. Breakfast is done. I'm going to take one of these out. I know I'm supposed to let them cool in there, but we're going to take one out so it can cool. Look how beautiful. I'm so excited to dig in. I actually ended up taking an extra like 5 to 6 minutes at a higher heat. I think I normally do 375, so I think that's where I messed up on. It's normally 375, cook for about 18 minutes, usually 16, 18, and it turns out beautiful. I'll give you a little close up and show you how it looks. I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of sunshine in the window and through the window and enjoy, but I'll give you a little taste test. Nice and cheesy part. I'll see you on whatever I eat or drink next. It is now dinner time. We are going to prepare a lovely, lovely steak. It's going to be a New York strip steak, but I do want to show you something. I did have a little bit of a lunch snack earlier, and I'll show you. It is just chicken breast with a little bit of a good mayo. No soybean oil here, don't worry, and some hard-boiled eggs. And so we just kind of mixed it up and enjoyed that as like a little midday snack lunch. I knew I was going to be away from the house until a later evening, and I usually like to have an earlier dinner, and so I was just preparing. It sounded good to me, and so that's kind of what we snacked on for our lunch. And that's kind of one thing that's looked a little different. I do eat a little bit more around my lunch times sometimes. If I'm hungry for that other meal, then I'll go for it and have it. That's one thing that's kind of changed with pregnancy. Before I would be not as hungry, obviously, during the day. I would go just my first meal and my last meal would be good. But that's one thing that's changed, and that's okay. Just needed a little bit extra fuel, apparently. So now we have this beautiful New York strip steak that we're going to cook. It's a pound of steak, and so it's a good amount of meat. And so we are going to cook this on our air fryer, and it's going to come out lovely. I just know it, and I cannot wait. So let's go ahead and get cooking. I need to do all the things, prepare it, dry it up, salt it, and yeah, hopefully we can get this fat cap nice and crispy. All right, I have the tasty air fryer preheating right now. with the grill grates, I'll go ahead and show you this beautiful grill grate that we got going on here. And so I want this piping hot and nice and preheated so I can hear that nice sizzle when I put the steak down. So that is why we are going to keep it preheating while we let that rest and marinate in the lovely, lovely salt. Okay, I need to set this to air fry. Going to do steak, New York strip. I'm gonna go for a rare, take it out on time. Yeah, should take us about 13 minutes, it says. Okay, something else that I have been adding has been some mineral water. I've been drinking a little bit of sparkling mineral water for just the added minerals, for just the texture, the flavor, the bubblies are kind of nice. And so I get always the unflavored. I don't like any like stevia or any natural flavors or anything like that. And so that's one thing. I was sipping on this a little bit right when I got home. Me and my husband we just split one and just kind of enjoy it. And it's definitely a treat. Yeah, so I had some of this today as well and I didn't share that. So I wanted to make sure I shared that with you. I was also thinking, I was like, should we do eggs? We're not gonna do eggs today. It's a pound of meat. I don't need any eggs. But I wanted to show you this little cute egg. So we got some local eggs from a lady who we have become like acquainted with. She has her own chickens. Look at this little thing. Isn't this the cutest little thing ever? Like, I'll put it down. I'm gonna show you a comparison. What is this little thing? Like, I opened the, oh sorry, these ones are from a neighbor. I opened the carton and I just immediately laughed. I was like, what is that thing? I thought I'd share that with you. Just pulled the steak out of the air fryer and now it's time to let it rest and to really collect all its juices and to not overcook. And yeah, we're gonna hope for a medium, a rare to a medium rare today. And so hopefully when I cut it into it, it's nice and juicy. That's what we're going for. And I'll, of course, yeah, I'll enjoy it. And that's exactly what I had today for my What I Eat in the Day video. Thank you for coming along. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe down below. I would greatly appreciate it and it helps the channel to grow. See you in the next one.